Hey everyone, my name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. I did a video on Contango, which is MCF is the ticker symbol, before, and I want to just give you a little bit of an update on Contango oil and gas for the people who own it. I'm going to show you some good charts to show you that where we're at, and also some updates with the company itself. So I'm going to jump in here. This is called Evaluating MCF. I'm going to jump right into some of the updates. So just to let you know, obviously they acquired a bunch of stuff in 2019. John Goff and affiliates own a large stake in it. John Goff's a billionaire. He's on the board. But in 2020, they announced management service agreements with MCEP, Midland. They acquired a company. They used private placements to fund it, which so they diluted the shareholders, but they added a bunch of value to the company. And that's what you want to use for private placements. If you're going to do it, you want to add value to the company. So it's not really a share dilution, it's more of adding value at a market bottom, which is very smart. These guys know what they're doing. Announces a merger with MCEP, and again, they did an acquisition of Project Silvertip assets. So they also bought more assets at the bottom of this market. So that's good. This is what the organizational structure and ownership kind of looks like. If you don't know, Goff and affiliates own 28% of the company. The public owns 72%. I am aligning myself with this over here. We've got these companies here onshore, Gulf of Mexico and Xero Energy. This is John C. Goff. He's the chairman, founder of Crescent Real Estate and Goff Capital. And these are the people who run it. So the summary of the assets, they've got a bunch of assets here. I just wanted to let you know what they're acquiring and how they're doing it. Now I want to go into a presentation here that I've got, and I want to show you kind of just the background here of what we're looking at. So the oil to gold ratio is at 39. It's at basically 40. And if you look at history, it is very rare that it's at 40 and it's this cheap. So we're getting an extreme value of these assets that they're acquiring. It is super smart to be picking this up here, because I think we're going to see this this oil to gold ratio. Oil is going to compress against gold on the back half of the commodity cycle. So they're picking it up on the cheap right now, which is extremely smart. We've got a commodity to S&P 500 ratio that's extremely cheap. Extremely cheap. So the whole commodity sector is cheap. Now let's look at the alignment to real estate. Real estate, the green is the cheap, the red is when you want to sell. And we notice that it's in an expansion phase in each phase. And housing is entering an expansion phase, which means it's inflationary, which is going to push us behind on our investments. So I just want to go over that quickly. Market conditions are right, valuations are right. These guys are picking off assets at the bottom. Extremely smart. So I wanted to go over that. Now, what do the charts look like? This is a downtrend, and we're in a downtrend still, and we're right there at that downtrend. This is big because MCF, when it breaks this, it may, it looks like it's pausing at the top of this line here. We could see a move on up if oil goes up, which means we're breaking a downtrend, which could potentially mean we're starting a new uptrend. So that is very strong and positive developments for that. Now I moved in here and zoomed in. I redrew the line a little bit differently. Obviously on this one here, I skipped out the top of that. This one I'm including it. So we have a little bit of resistance here. That one came at a little bit steeper angle, and we're right there. So that's why this thing is kind of pausing and being a little bit volatile, is that we're right there at a possible huge breakout point. So that's good. Now, if we zoom in here, we've got a lot of volume buying this. I mean, this is sustained higher volumes than before here, if you look. So someone's loading up. They're buying into it. So what I like to do is join in on the fun, buy into it as well. So if we see this thing break, I think it's a good opportunity to get into MCF. I think they've got strong management. They've got a big, huge insider ownership of Goff, who's on the chair. And we've got a bunch of assets that they're acquiring at the bottom, adding value to shareholders. So this one looks extremely good. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Thank you.